Okay, we're getting there. Let's go to control space faces. I forgot to mirror this, so let's go Shift X and mirror it to the back with this Y option. Now I've got it all nice and mirrored. And we have a material here. I'm gonna go, actually, I'll go Shift V. Here's our material all as well. And switch this to a red over here. Oops, so we have, this is changing the other material as well. So what we need to do is, first let's name this. So Shift V, let's name this to glossy red, enter. Okay, so now this one, Shift V, is also using the glossy red. So we need to switch this one to use something else. So I'll click on this, which is our material library. Switch this to, let's just try glass. Okay, good. And then we can grab this. Alt click on that top one. I'm just adjusting the proportions here a little tiny bit. Okay, my glass is a little bit rough here, so I'm going to go Shift V. The roughness is right here. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Okay. And here comes the fun part. We have the bottle, but we also have the sauce. And the sauce, if you think about it, the liquid is the same shape as the bottle, right? So what we could do is duplicate the bottle. In this case, we're going to make a linked duplicate, and I'll show you what that means. So I'm in object mode. So control space down to object. Selected the bottle object, and then Alt D will create a linked duplicate. So here's our linked duplicate. I'll put it off to the side for a second here. Left click. So now the cool thing about linked duplicates is whatever we do here will also happen over there. And likewise, if we're over here, it affects over there. So let me do that again. This time I'm going to leave it in the same spot. So I'll go Alt D and then escape will leave it in the same location. And I can even scale it a little bit. Let's hit S. Scale this one. Actually, no, I won't scale it. I'll leave it. I'll hit escape. This one I'll rename this to sauce. And this one, I want to push it inwards a little bit so they're not overlapping each other exactly. So let's go back to the wrench, the modifiers tab, and add a modifier. And this time I want a displace. So displace will push the geometry out or in or whatever, and you can even put in textures. But in this case, we just want it to shrink the thing inwards a little bit. So I'm just going to use the strength value and make it a little tiny bit negative. So we get inside the bottle. Can even offset it upwards a little bit, since the bottom of the glass is usually pretty thick, and the side walls are a little bit thinner maybe. I don't know. Up to you. Okay. And the cool thing is, again, this is all live, so when we move stuff, it also affects the sauce shape at the same time. So let me undo that. Okay, now the sauce. We need to change the material. So if I go in here, this is the materials tab as well. If I wanted to change this, I could make a new material here. Or here, I go Shift V. Here's my glass. Let's make a new material. This one will be called sauce. And let's just make it black for now. And if I were to grab this glass slot and erase it with, or remove it with this minus, it changes it to sauce, but it also changed our original bottle to sauce, which is not what we want, right? So what we want is for them to do both be different. So to do that, I have to select, go down to the materials tab here. Then this is the one that we want here to change it from, right now it's on data, and this needs to be on object. There. So now we have, these are both independent of each other. So here's the bottle and here's the sauce. So they've both got different materials on them. So in this case, I'll go Shift V, go back to my material library and pick glass again. All right. So now we have the glass on the outside and the sauce on the inside. And now what I want to do is introduce this, you know, halfway filled kind of look. So I'll go Shift A. I'm in object mode now, and I'm adding in let's add a UV sphere. Okay. Spacebar Z. I'll put it right here, about. And then this one, I'll select this sphere. Also, let me hit Z and shade smooth to make it smooth. So I got the sphere. I'm going to shift click on the sauce. Okay, so now the sauce should be highlighted in pink. The sphere is highlighted in blue, right? And the pink means the last selected item. So now I can go Control B, which is Booleans, or Boolean Pi. And what a Boolean is basically a cut. So if I want to cut the sphere away from the sauce, I can just do live subtract. Now when I grab the sphere and move it around, I get that nice cut. And you can also go into faces mode and scale this a little bit flatter so we're not getting such a exaggerated bulge there. But I do want some sort of like a meniscus or surface tension thing going on there, so I've got it rounded. And we probably don't want the top to be doing that, so let's go up. Pretty cool. And then Control B and up will toggle the cutters on or off in this case. Okay, let's save it here and take a little tiny break.